Hey guys, it's Matador. It is Sunday right now. Thank you.
Sorry, guys.
Hey guys, it's Matador. It's Sunday right now. That's my lovely wife, hipster mermaid over there, who just sneezed.
Hi, guys.
There's Moxie.
Hi.
And anyway, yeah, it's Sunday right now, and it's really hot outside. It's really hot right now. We did something that we haven't had to do in forever, which was close the doors and turn on the AC for a while. We just opened everything up again, but it's still all muggy because I just don't like wasting power during the day. But we've been getting a lot of work done today, not necessarily on anything YouTube related, but on stuff that we've just kind of been putting off that needed to happen for a while. Like you may remember in the last vlog, one of the last vlogs that I did, when I was showing you guys my garage workshop, I was showing you all the boxes that I have piled up in there, and it's all just stuff that I've had since I was a kid. Like, my parents moved out of their house recently into a new house, so that means that I no longer have space over there for all the stuff that was there since I was in like middle school, high school, the stuff that stayed there when I went to college. That stuff is all came back over here with me now, so it's just a bunch of like movies and games and CDs and books and stuff that's just, that I don't need anymore, that I don't really want anymore. So that's what I've been doing today. I've been going through inventory. I'm gonna put it all up for sale on probably Amazon. I'm not really sure yet.
Do you guys want any of it?
Yeah, let me know if you want any of it.
Like, seriously.
Most of it is electronic stuff. It's all like used games and CDs and stuff that I don't play anymore, I don't listen to anymore, and they're just taking up space. So it's like, I've got a used electronics store. Like, there's so much stuff. Like, really it's not all that much, but just the process of cataloging it and taking pictures of it all and deciding what I want to charge for it all, it's such a huge pain, but there's so much of it. I mean, check all this out. You want old PlayStation games, we got it. CDs, we got that. PlayStation 2 games, Xbox 360. The Star Wars figure, got one of those. Don't know why. DVDs, collector's editions, all that good stuff. I could probably get a decent amount for some of this, but like books, comic books, drawing books, I don't know what that is. We'll get to that later. But yeah, I'm still kind of working on making sense of everything and figuring out like what I want to actually like is a decent price to charge for it all, because I know I can't get a whole lot for any specific things. There's like 2 or 3 things in here that they're in decent condition and they're like collector's editions of what they are. So I could probably get a decent amount of money for those, but mostly I'm just expecting like maybe like anywhere from $5 to $15 per thing, just like in little bits here and there, because I mean, you know how it is when selling stuff on Amazon. If you ever tried to sell anything, you know, like, it doesn't go right away. It can sit there for a couple weeks or sometimes even like a month or so before someone actually buys it. But eventually someone will. Eventually someone will want that particular thing. Well, maybe not everything. I mean, I have the Digimon movie right here, which I know is a less than stellarly reviewed movie, but you never know, someone might want that. Yeah, a couple things in here that I have that I completely forgot about. What are you doing?
I tried to pull my hand away and she grabbed it so I would keep petting her.
Aw, little cutie.
What? What do you mean? What you...
There's Ape Escape. If you're my age or Ashley's age, you'll remember that one. That was a huge game. Mega Man Legends 2, got a Final Fantasy anthology, which I never played. Weird, I don't know why. Old Beast Wars game, don't know if you ever played it, it sucked. But maybe someone wants it for like a collector's thing. Lots of stuff like Civilization, old Star Trek game, all kinds of good stuff. Oh, and in case you were wondering, this incredibly professional setup over here is for taking photos of all the things that I've been selling. Like, it's nice for the movies and the games and little things like that, but when you get into the bigger books, it was a little bit of a pain to work with. What are you working on?
Right now I'm just kind of taking a break in between. Like, I got a little overwhelmed. I'm looking for places to sell like used clothing online that you actually can turn a profit on, where it's not like designer clothes, because I don't wear designer clothes. But I've had to get rid of like probably 75% of my wardrobe because it doesn't fit right anymore. Because I got them gains.
You got them muscles.
Seriously, I can't fit into my old clothes at all. Anyways, that's what I'm doing.
So another cool thing that I found in here that I will not be selling, check this out. Found a bunch of old comic books that I got from, I think they were my dad's way back in the day. I'm probably going to be framing these and putting them up on the wall as just like little nerdy decoration pieces. But just to be curious, just because I was curious, I checked them out and like, you can't get a whole lot of money for these because like, they are limited collector's editions or whatever, but they printed a ton of them and they're not in very great shape. Like, they were sitting in a trunk for years and they weren't protected in any way. They didn't have any like covered sleeves or anything like that. So they're not in mint condition, so you couldn't really do much with them that way. But you got like Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. That was a pretty fun one. This one's really cool. You have the original King Kong comic, which it says is the original version that eventually became the movie. I don't know what the story behind that is, but you got a Batman comic, which is awesome. I've read all these like a million times because I found these in a trunk in my grandparents' house when I was like 12. So I've just been holding on to them, and then I completely forgot they existed. You got Superman versus Spider-Man, which would never happen now because, as if you know anything about comic books, you know like DC and Marvel, totally different things. But still, it's fun, and it happened. So this one's definitely my favorite of the bunch. I'm probably gonna see if I can find a good frame for this and put it up somewhere. That might have to wait till we get a house and we have a little more space. Anyway, a good question of the day, I guess, would be where do you guys like to try to sell things that you have either outlived their usefulness for you or you don't need them anymore? Like, the kind of thing where like you don't want to necessarily donate it to Goodwill or something. Like, it's still perfectly good and you could get some money for it, but where do you guys like to try to go to sell those? Do you use like Amazon or eBay, or am I just old? And is there something else that's better to use for that sort of thing that's out there now? Because I checked out a few, but I just couldn't find any really good options for those. I mean, there's like I said, there's Amazon and there's eBay and there's a few others out there, but nothing that was quite perfect. Like, a lot of them are the sort of thing where you scan the barcode and they give you like a set price for how much it's worth, and it's usually a little bit of a lowball, and then you actually send the product to them and then they pay you money when someone buys it, and I don't really want to do that. So what do you guys do? What's your go-to when you want to sell something online? Alright, it's the next morning. Not too much else happened last night that was vlog-worthy, so I'm going to be going to get a haircut a little bit later on this morning to finally get all this mess taken care of and finally get it down to a manageable length again. So I'm going to go and finish getting ready for that, and then I will see you guys later on this week. See ya. For this prop, we're going to cut out 2. That depends on the thickness of the prop that you're going to need, but this one is fairly thin. Now make sure you flip the second template that you cut out so that both smooth sides of the foam will be on the